Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee. I really don't know where the hell DJ Envy is at.
He's in Detroit.
Today. Oh, he's in Detroit. Mm-hmm. Well, we got a special guest in the building. He goes by the name of Chainz.
Yes. Thank
What's
you
up,
for
my
having
brother?
me. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Fifth studio
Chainz.
album, man.
One of the most consistent artists around,
Thank you, darling.
I have to say, because we love Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, but this new album, I just got it last night, so we were all listening to it together, and amazing.
Let me tell you something, man. I've been a Player Circle fan. I've been with you since the Trapper Valley tapes and ride with you for a long time. This your best album, and it's not even close. Do you feel that way?
No doubt about it. I can feel it. I can feel the momentum shift. I can feel the how organically some of the records coming together. It's this. I've had this feeling. This is probably my third time having this feeling like something big is about to happen. Something is about to change in my life.
Really?
And last time I had this feeling was probably around 2012, but I was able to ride the wave, and then now I have that feeling again. Like we're gonna need some more seats out there. We're gonna need a bigger venue. We're gonna need bigger venues. Everything is just on a larger scale right now. I think my frequency is connected, you know what I'm saying, as far as what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to put out there. I'm receiving a lot of good feedback, so I'm excited about it.
So when was the second time? You said the first time was 2012. The third time is now. When was the second time?
Well, that wasn't the first time.
He said that was the last time.
2012 was
Okay,
the last time I felt, you know what I'm saying? And I guess originally the first time was just getting into the rap game, just feeling like something was going to happen. Because I used to do stuff like, like you just prepare your mind and body for something big that's going to happen. Like I would, back in 07, 08, I would like go to the gym. I would just do stuff to get me mentally prepared for when my name was called. And then it didn't get called around 2012, but when it got called, I was ready to do 2-3 shows a day. I was in great shape. I always, I watch what I put in my body and everything. And that helps when you're on the road for a long time with sleep deprivation and stuff like that. And then, I keep going. I drop a few records. I get a few plaques. I do a few features. And then I drop my 5th solo album, which is called Rapper Go to the League. And it's something that it's like I got to make this make sense for the whole world, you know what I'm saying? Not just a title. And I'm always trying to like dive into stuff to make people kind of follow the journey. I think that's fun about music and hip hop, period. Like just seeing people's rollout. I love to see how people come up with just great ideas, you know what I'm saying? And so when you mix a powerful piece of work with great marketing ideas, I get this feeling like I think this is going to be a home run.
So who gets the credit for this being the best body of work? Is it you? Is it Tech? Is it LeBron? Is it a team effort?
No, well, Tech just really like answers phone calls. I mean, he does more. He does more than that. But then he asks me, "What you think about this?" So he can't take the credit for that. And then LeBron, obviously getting the moniker or the title of A&R, this project was definitely my idea. But he actually didn't have time to. He wasn't in there turning knobs or anything. He didn't have time to send me beats or anything. It was I brought him on board for a couple of different reasons. But this Rapper Go to the League was something that I worked on for over a year. Like, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music did very well. We essentially had, damn near a Statue of Liberty in a pink trap house in Atlanta. It was basically the same type of effect as the Eiffel Tower. Just as people, this is way after the album, people still following the campaign. I did a haunted house, obviously in October. That was a pink haunted house that we made, over $500,000 doing it. You know what I mean? So it was something that these ideas, they just keep going, they keep working, they employ people, you know what I mean? And so with Rapper Go to the League, I had to find a way to connect the dots, and that's why you see this yellow crate on the album cover, because this is kind of where I came from, like a low socioeconomic.
Oh, they bought it in here?
Yeah, we got the yellow crate.
Yeah. So basically, sometimes it's either a milk crate or a bike rim, but basically you're using what you have to get certain results, you know what I'm saying? So prior to getting a basketball goal, we were hooping things like this and stuff. So I try to incorporate that.
And prior to Serato, that's how people had to carry vinyl.
Well, those days are over.
Why now, though? Because we all know your basketball background. Why did basketball play such a role in this album?
I think it's not even that. I think that's what could suck people in. People obviously know I like rap music. People obviously know how I feel about sports, primarily basketball. So I call it Rap or Go to the League, but it's actually an oxymoron. I wanted to really show people that they can do more than just have a wicked crossover or be able to hold certain notes. And that's why I started these Black Now stories to inform people of people who are currently living right now, real-time inspiration. They don't know how to do a layup. They don't know how to do any of these things, and they're successful, and they're also African Americans. So on this album, I try to teach a little bit more. I try to have a little bit more substance, more concepts, because I love concepts. And so Rap or Go to the League was something like, it was almost like clickbait, you know what I mean? And then when I bring in LeBron, who has the similar campaign of more than an athlete, like when they try to tell him to shut up and dribble, like, bro, who you talking to? Or bitch, who you talking to? You know what I mean? So I had an idea. I'm like, you know, this guy already supports hip hop. He already supports the culture, like genuinely, like it's organic. Like you're gonna see LeBron in the back of the Sprinter or the Maybach playing whatever drop, like whatever new. Why not add this A&R to his resume?
So what did LeBron say when you hit him up and was like, "Yo, I want you to be the A&R"?
Surprisingly, he was with it. He was cool with it. You know what I'm saying? He was cool with it because I already told him that I was going to give him the credit. I obviously was going to pay him. And the thing that I wanted to use him for, one of the things, and not use him in that kind of way, but one of the things I brought him in for was like I had more than enough songs. I over-record on purpose, you know what I'm saying? And so then it was about getting the outside ear to hear the concept of the album and just try to narrow down songs to fit up under this umbrella. You know, like I probably chose from between 21 and 25 songs and narrowed it down to 14 with his assistance.
What songs did he pick specifically? I want to know what kind of air Bron got.
He obviously liked NCAA.
Okay.
Tough tune. He liked $2 Bill.
Tough tune.
He liked Whip. I could talk about all these things, right? I could. Mama I Hit a Lick.
Oh.
And he liked
Kendrick.
Yeah. What's another standout for him? Definitely Threat.
Hey, okay. Okay.
What about sequencing? Like putting that song with Marsha Ambrosius first. How did you guys collaborate on that, or is that? That
was an idea that actually he had for a long time. Like we met out here in New York and played some songs, and I had this Marsha song for kind of some time, but it was hard for me to put it out, and I didn't know where to put it when I put it out, because originally I thought maybe this could be an outro, but it had so much weight to it. It had so much substance. It was dear to me. It was dear to my heart, and it gave me chill bumps every time I played it. And I said, why not start off my album with that kind of emotion? I mean, I'm from Atlanta. I know people thought I was probably be turning up, like having some type of Chevy 808s as an intro, but it's more it talks about death in the intro. You know what I mean? It talks about
Lil Fate's son.
Yeah, it talks about my partner Lil Fate's son passing away. My homie Big, his son passed away last year in August. He was about to be 18 in September, and he obviously he died to gun violence. And these are like my friends. I went to school with them, and now their kids are getting killed, and it's like there's nobody that I know can explain that feeling. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that I know can explain that feeling. And I got phone calls both times. And when you hear this, man, there's no one can relate. This ain't no rap. This ain't no acting. This is real life. When your homeboy calls you and their child has been taken away from, it's some of the most harshest pain I've ever heard or felt in my life. So I wanted to get straight into that, letting people know, oh, this is a different album from Chainz. This is a different direction. You know what I'm saying?
Steve, stop. You gonna stand there and watch the whole interview?
It's love.
Forgiven. You were talking about Forgiven.
Yeah, Forgiven. So I started off with like talking about like this death thing about two of my closest friends I went to school with, hustle with, whatever we did music with, and then their kids are taken away from. And so they're affected. I mean, they're obviously affected by it.
Right.
Like no matter how they handle it, they're affected by it. It's certain holidays, it's certain times of the year where I have to talk to my friends again, check up on them. We have this conversation, and it's heartbreaking. And so it starts out with Forgiven, and then the next song is called Threat to Society, which is about living, and it's more therapeutic for me. I talk about a lot of.
Let's not speed by Forgiven now.
Yeah, I was just trying to say the death and life thing. but I can slow down. I'm not in a rush at all.
How do you even when Little Fake calls you and says that, how do you even console your man in a situation like that? Because you describe how you felt. You say you were shaking and all that. How do you console your man in a situation like that? When you pull up on him?
Like in this case, I knew the boy before he got here. Meaning I knew Fate longer than the boy was. I knew Fate when he was having the like. For Fate, he has literally been one of those guys that always wanted to be a rapper, always cared about hip hop. Like I can't say that I was that person. I used to care more about, hustling. I was addicted to hustling. Like this is a real thing, And I would like tell him to come over and rap for me and do certain things for me because I like rap as a sport, but I didn't care about it. So he actually had a kid in like the 9th grade. He was popping, you know what I mean? Right. He had a kid in the 9th grade. Kind of grew up with him. He kind of grew up with us. You know what I'm saying? He kind of grew up with us, And he was 21, Damn. He was 21 years old, and somebody shot and killed him. We went to and so when I talk about Chris and Chandre is actually Bangladesh. We all went to the funeral, and it's hard to just relive that. It's hard for me to really relive that. And I've lost my father. I've lost a lot of close people, but like your friends, like your partners. Like the last one, Big, that's my Big, my partner. He's actually I got him working for TRU, my label, like doing A&R for some of the upcoming artists that I have. But like one of my other friends is blowing my phone up, and he tell me, man, I heard Big Son just got killed on Godby, and that's where we from, like Old National Godby Road, Riverdale Road. And I said, man, are you sure? He's like, I that's what they telling me. He's like somebody up there, and so I hung up the phone, and maybe 60 seconds later, Big was calling me. So I started praying that the information was untrue. I just started praying, and then while I was praying, the phone hung up, and then he called me back. And then when he called me back, he said, bro, somebody killed Lil One. You know what I'm saying? He said somebody took my son away. And I was like, I heard this call before. I heard this pain before. I went straight out there to where he was, you know what I'm saying? And, it's in the middle of the hood, so people can't believe I'm out here walking in the hood. But like, this my brother. Like, we was in the hood before a lot of y'all young boys was. Like, I don't think they understand, like, somebody was here before you or whatever.
Y'all did that already.
Yeah, so I beat myself up, man. So I still beat myself up about it because I talked to him 2 weeks earlier. I felt like God put him in my presence 2 weeks earlier for a reason. It was hard for me to connect with him because he was old and he was so cool and so like, I don't care if you 2 Chainz, you know what I'm saying? And that happens to me not that often, you know what I'm saying? I can really, this street stuff mixed with his psychology degree, I'm able to tap into a few things, but he had a shield up, and I'm like, damn, Lil, when you think you cooler than me, you know what I mean? And then I had to kick in the psychology. I remember he used to love football, and my studio is 20,000 square feet. So we played a little catch, worked on some spirals, and then we kind of talked about, like, what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? And the common thing that most young people want to do is rap. I'm like, what else you want to do? Like, rap, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, come back. And, I never, the next time I saw him, he was in a coffin. So that's just disheartening. So I talk about that on the first song. I know that's probably not a normal way to start off an album, but
it's very hard to get past that record. I repeat that record over and over. Why do you call it Forgiven though? Because I think that we have to. That's something that we got to work on. Pride and grudges is something that we all. I used to say black men, but I think we all have a problem with like holding grudges to the point where you forget why you don't even fuck with a person no more. You just don't like them no more. It's like, that's how I had to explain to my home. I was like, bro, listen, this stuff's so petty. You're going to forget why you mad at them. You know what I mean? And like, you got to think how many people in prison are in the graveyard because of pride. I mean, you from an era where you couldn't step on nobody's shoes. We from Absolutely.
that era. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't step on nobody's shoes. This was a thing. Or you had to like wipe them off, or you get like, and especially in Atlanta, like, it's almost like you got to wipe my shoes off, or I'm going to knock you off right here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You can't
it's
even
like,
just say, excuse me, my bad.
Nah, so then you get pet, and then that becomes ignorant. And then a new trend comes, like, ain't nobody going to take nothing from me. And, and then this stuff just keeps kind of going. So for me, I guess I'm on some each one, teach one, just trying to lead by example.
And it also takes a burden off of you when you can forgive certain things and not have that ego. Because it is a burden sometimes, like, that you have to hold. And I think people always think forgiveness, oh, somebody did something to me, why should I forgive them? But it's really more for you, too, sometimes.
No, yes, yeah, because I've
I don't want to say this, but yeah, I've definitely held grudges to where I want to like get back, like revenge, like revenge. Like even becoming a millionaire, you still be like, man, if I ever see this person, I might throw it away, which is like one of the most ignorant things someone can say. But it's that pride, it's holding those grudges is something that's hard to let go.
Have you let it go with whoever it is?
It's like, how you gonna teach people you can't?
It's a hard thing to do.
You know, music is therapeutic, but everybody can't do that. Everybody can express their music and get it out. So for me, a lot of times, music helps me like release stuff. But I do still have things bottled up. I'm starting to meet more and more black people that actually see therapists. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? You know how
That's
that
crazy.
is.
You got a psychology degree and you don't see
That's
that.
why I don't, because I think I know all the I think I know all the whoops. I think I know how they're going to come. How does this make you feel? I'm going to start saying stuff before they say stuff. Like, bro, I already know what you about to say. And I'm going to play too much defense instead of letting myself go. So.
I go once a week.
I heard you was crazy, a nut. I heard you was fucking. Ain't that the bad reputation? I heard you was fucking coming out of fucking psych ward.
No, we are waiting to see some progress. I don't know. It's taking a while.
Yeah.
It's good for you, though. It's just good to have somebody to talk to, man.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That can't tell your business.
That's all.
That's really what it is, man. Like, they legally can't tell that you're a scumbag or whatever. Like, bro, I did some fucked up shit.
Now, let's move on. Let's talk about Ariana Grande, because she has a feature on the album.
Let's move on.
Let's
sure.
move on.
This dude is crazy.
I know. And it's not, I told you, the therapy is still,
it's not
got
working.
a lot of work to do.
He's beating you out of beating him out of his money.
So Ariana Grande has a feature on the album. Now, we saw when you said the whole thing with the pink car in the video, and then you did the remix, and now she's on the album. Was that already something that was done, or was that something that was worked out after you guys established a relationship?
It all happened post. It all happened after the video came out. She put out a video, obviously. It was pink, you know. Basically, it was pink. I didn't make up the color pink. People personally have been taking ideas from me a long time, and I feel like if I acknowledge them or say something, I'm being petty. So even when I posted something about should I go Big Draco, like it was just a thing because Big Draco was making so many waves, right? And then her management calls my management, and I've known her management longer than she has. I've known her for a very long time. Yeah. And he just, you know, it was cool vibes. He was like, shorty wanna, you know what I'm saying, meet him, you know, have this conversation. So I pulled up to the studio, you know what I mean? We had maybe a 3 or 4 hour dialogue. That's about everything. And then we actually started working the same night, which was kind of different because I'm known to work with a lot of different hip hop, you know, artists and stuff like this. And so for her to be, and then I didn't recognize like, you know, how big she was, which is always good for me too.
She's the most followed person on Instagram.
Yeah, see, I hadn't
follow women on Instagram.
Yeah. I just started following her last night. So.
That you put her over the top.
Is that a free feature?
Yeah. Did I have to pay?
Yes.
No, I didn't have to pay.
Okay.
Nah.
That should be the single too, by the way.
That's a dope song. I was gonna say.
If there is still such thing as a single, that should be the single.
Yeah, I think it will be too. What I want to do with this project, which I've never done, is put out a whole body of work at one time, not just putting out a song to release. I like the way it feels when you hear it all the way through. Obviously, it's people that's gonna skim through it, see a couple of features and some streaming and be up. But I'm talking about when the smoke settles, I wanted the project to be a well organized body of work. As far as the song with Ariana, the song feels really good. She sings like an angel. I feel like it's gonna be a #1 record.
Sampled the A. Marie joint.
Yeah.
Why the Fools Fall in Love.
Yeah.
You talk about selling drugs to your mom on the album. Like, do you still feel guilty about that?
Mm-hmm.
How have you come to terms with it?
All right. You're always trying to dig in somebody, man.
What you mean?
Therapy.
I'm about to find some shit out about you.
That was a good ball on the album. I like introspective music.
Yeah, it was, but I ain't able to deal with it yet. That's
Gotcha.
about as surface I can get to it.
Gotcha.
I can't like go into details. I can't. I ask for forgiveness. God probably like, okay. but
When you make a record like statute of limitations, do you have to hit anyone you used to serve and say, I'm doing a song and I might mention you in it about serving you?
no, I didn't call anybody. It was an expression. You know, I wasn't degrading or demeaning anybody. It was just like, these are some of the, you know, some of the things I used to participate in. You know, I try to use slang so I ain't like when I say serve, you know, you have to just, you know how it is, play into it. But it's very real. You know,
Were you scared to make that song? Did you have to really look it up and see? Let me make sure I'm really out of the.
So the song used to be called Ex-Drug Dealer.
Okay.
And then my homie came in the studio. He was like, "You need to call that statute of limitation because you know I don't serve. I don't trap no more.
Mm-hmm.
I just trap music. You know what I'm saying? But one of my last gigs was trapping. So I had the song. I let a few people hear. I let T.I. hear. I let a few people hear. They were like, bro, that thing hard. You know what I'm saying? And I knew it was hard. So I just kept like, when I'm putting the album together, I put all the hard stuff in one pile, and I figure out how I'm gonna use it later. But it's very conceptual to the album. It's about me. You know, I could make a whole album about that kind of stuff.
Do these stars remember when you were the weed man?
Yeah, man. I don't think you can forget. You know, how I come in the room, how I handle my business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in a foreign car riding around the A. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, doing the nasty, you know, doing the nasty, you know. But yeah, I think, you know, I don't need any trophies.
And it's crazy now because you don't even really need a weed man. You can go to the dispensary and so
oh
many
yeah,
places.
my weed is legal now. It's
Yeah.
dope. I get plenty of free good, you know, gas. It's crazy, but it's crazy. Period. I got locked up in high school for selling weed, right? So now, like, what if this thing is legal? I probably still would have got locked up for having it in school, but it's like a lot of people that have this pending, this marijuana charge and this stuff. And then it's like we all in the United States. If I go over here, I'm cool. If I come like 2 hours over here, I can go to prison.
Right.
If I go 3 hours over here, you know what I'm saying, it's looked at as a taboo. So it's that weed.
Most places won't send you to prison now, though. They might give you a fine.
A ticket.
Yeah, up here in New York, I heard because
Yeah,
you know the driver. We got a new driver. He pulled up on it. Damn near. He pulled up on 12. Hey, we going to the Is this the right way? So I'm. You know how I'm riding. I'm like, bro, we need to swap drivers. And they go to telling me, say, them people ain't tripping on that shit in New York no more. I remember when I pulled up, the damn rap police act like they was in line at the club, jumped out in the truck, did the most to me before. So that's cool.
I think you can have less than
It's like a certain amount,
right?
but they really don't even stress it. Like it's not a big deal anymore.
Oh, it's on then. Thank you, New York. Welcome.
Now don't listen to us now. Don't get locked up on account of
I'm damn sure listening to you.
You could go get some CBD oil in the store and products with it in it,
CBD
brownies,
is
everything.
Oh, I love CBD.
Yeah,
I can't
CBD
sleep
is
without
good.
it. Do you still get the ulcers?
I'm good now. Ain't that God is good? Yeah, I don't get no.
Nice and healthy.
I don't get any stomach problems, man. That's it. You know, my stomach used to shut me down, man. But I changed a lot. I changed. You know, I don't drink lean no more. All I do is basically like a water regimen, and you know, obviously I do, you know, marijuana occasionally, but I don't do any. That's it. I don't do fried food. I don't eat beef, pork. I'm not a vegetarian, but you know.
Now, rap or go to the league. We all know, obviously, you're a huge basketball fan. I think basketball. I think 2 Chainz. That's why I found out you were coming. I hit Natina. I said, "Can we get 2 Chainz to come to the Nets game?"
Yeah, me and Angela went to the Brooklyn game.
Yeah.
Where was the seats though?
Nah, she's sitting out there. She got her feet, her foots on the wood.
I have all access at the Barclays.
And she
okay?
was known to leave a motherfucker up and then go sit courtside.
I did leave. I left Charlamagne and Envy. I left a date once to go sit courtside.
Left a guy she was on a
You
date
left
with.
a date?
Yes, to go sit next to Jay-Z and Kaiser.
That's bitch, stay there. Bitch, don't bring it. Nigga be like, yeah, you just stay right where you are. But nah, I mean,
No, they treat us good there. So, and my Nets
Yeah.
are doing well this season. So I'm happy about that.
appreciate the invitation.
What's up with you and Jay? You say I think it's on Threat, you said the beat so hard, Jay could have been on it. Why y'all ain't did the record yet?
I don't know. I you know, he's my favorite. I would love to work with him. You know, I tried to get him on this album. He told he said maybe next album. So I'm just we'll get it going. You know, I love what he did on Meek's project. I love that Pusha record he did. It's a few Ross records I like, a few Jeezy records I like. Record he did with Fab. So he gets busy on other people's stuff. So I'm kind
He
of
just named that. He's like, hello.
Did you let him hear that beat
Tia.
for Threat?
uh-huh.
And he was like, maybe next time?
Charlamagne. Why did you do this to me? The timing was not right for you know what I'm saying? The timing apparently wasn't right. This was like you know, this would have been like a bucket list. Like, there's a few things on my bucket list which I know people are like, well, but this was one of the things on my bucket list, and I'm gonna check it out one day. He know I'm passionate about this music stuff. I went to the brunch, we had a good conversation. So
Jay-Z might have missed out on this album. This is a great album. Nothing happened back in 2013, right?
I think he good though. You know, like Jay move when he want to move. You know, he still has that presence, that demand. And I didn't want to think like I wanted it bad, but I didn't want to think like I was dependent on it to move the needle. You know, I'm down with earning my respect. You know what I'm saying? But he know I've told him all those things. You work with a lot of people. I be wanting to play too sometimes.
Why do you feel underrated though? Because I mean, if you had to put
because I am, you know, I'm underrated, Charlamagne. Like I'm underrated. I know I'm underrated.
Who you ask though?
If you do a survey, people are asleep on me because sometimes they don't understand it. It don't bother me. I've always been highly confident. It's a thin line between cockiness and confidence, and I straddle both of them. And so I know what I'm doing in the booth. I know I'm somebody that can rap with De La Soul. I can rap with YG, E40, Lil Baby. I have such a wide range. Ariana Grande. I have such a wide range. You know, and people don't know how I'm gonna come. You don't know how I'm gonna come. You don't know which way I'm gonna come. I'm one of those people. You don't know how I'm gonna come. I'm a little tricky. I get it. You don't know which way I get it. But I ain't gonna stop being myself. I ain't gonna stop being highly talented, qualified. When I be pulled up to the table, I always told myself, when I ever get to the table, whatever table that is, I deserve to be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
I feel like branding-wise, though, you've done a great job at setting yourself at an elite status, too. Just because we look at you as an expert on all kinds of different things, like expensive things that you're learning, and we're learning them along with you.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. I think that's the journey I want to do, like, as far as TV. Like, that's that most expensive is actually doing a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, like outside of music, it does, like, a lot of people. And the Super Bowl commercial did good too. But like TV, period. Once you get on TV, it's a different acknowledgement in public. It's a different, you know, a whole different reach. And
it's something that makes so much sense for you too.
Yeah, I like expensive things. I'm on the flamboyant side. You know, it's a very improv show. They don't give me much information. I just know I walk in the room with somebody that has an overpriced candle or something, and I'm trying to figure out why you think it costs so much. And I think it has a strong connection with the consumer.
Could you justify why certain things cost so much? Or
some of it is cool, depending on where they source it from, and some of it is just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But that's what makes the show the show.
Like a burger with gold, real gold?
Yeah, anything with gold on it, they're going to charge you some extra hundreds and some thousands. They're going to put some gold on it. They're going to put some caviar on it, you know what I'm saying? They're going to hit you with all kind of aged cheese and beef. You know, they got the beef, and they got the folks in Japan who they raise a cow in the crib, give them a massage, put, you know, give them beer, raise them, take care of them, and then pow off they motherfucking ass. So
that's sad.
That's
that just sounded terrible.
Right? That's good,
they got that Wagyu something. Wagyu. They got the little marble. See, I don't eat beef before, so they teaching me. It got look like it's marble on the inside, and you know how them folk doing it. Them goddamn white folks, so they'll do that shit like this. Psh, oh, it's ready. Motherfuckers on there like 10 seconds. I'm like, I don't want none of that. But it's expensive. It's a guy over here takes a suitcase of money over there, breaks the cow down like it's a brick. Break them down, leg, arm, everything. Send them back over in a cooler and feed it to y'all.
I see they were saying that. It doesn't sound good to me at all. I see they were saying that LeBron missed the game because of you. Because he was in the studio with you late at night. He posted
the Warriors game
at damn near midnight, and then the next day he didn't make it to the game.
Do you take the blame for that?
Because it's not true. It's not true.
I mean, he didn't.
That's just bad timing.
Miss the game though.
He also missed 16 to 18 games. I had nothing to do with it.
He was in the studio,
and it was for what? Over
man, y'all know that man. Y'all see a clip of that man in the studio with me. Maybe it was an hour or something like this, and I had something to do with his groin being pulled. I can't get sucked into that. I'm too big of a.
That's not why he missed the Warriors game though. He said it was work overload.
Nah, that ain't
album out Friday.
All right, so the thing is, everybody keeps looking at the date and seeing what LeBron doing. Nobody's seeing what I'm doing on the date. Nobody even know if the date is official or not. I thought this was called the internet. I think, and this is what y'all be doing, this little thing that y'all play the internet every day. I think don't y'all play on the internet every day?
Yeah, but nobody care about the truth when the lie more entertaining.
Man, I'm cool. I don't entertain it.
It's a funny story, though.
I don't entertain it. I'm a Laker fan. You know, I want them to make the playoffs. I want Zoe to get back healthy. There's a few people that's doing what I do that love the Lakers like I do. And then the fact that my homeboy played for the Lakers, I'm super geeked about that. So I went there. I would want to go to the game like, bro, you need to, I want to see Steph, you know, whatever. But I'm not even, let's talk about something. I'm not the reason he didn't want to play.
I only got like one more LeBron question, too. Was there any content you were scared to stay away from because LeBron was the A&R?
No, I just knew how I had to kind of had the ambience when he was around, you know, respectable, so it wasn't like knock him off the pedestal of what he was doing to help me, you know what I mean? So obviously it wasn't no gas in the studio. Mm-hmm. It wasn't, you know, it's just stuff that I had to sacrifice in a normal setting that I would do. I subtracted it, and you know, it was more conversational, you know what I'm saying? Like I think we had, you know, a little red wine circulating, if that, you know what I mean? So it was just vibes, and a lot of the content, you know, he actually, man, he has like, because we've been doing this for over a year. So I gave LeBron a whole nother album that he has that's crazy. He has a whole nother project. And then I was working on this, and I'm like, bro, I'm finna switch this whole thing up, you know what I mean? And he still was asking about some of the records that's on the other project, but this is like what I felt like, you know, went together. So I'm sure he learned a lot about me during this process, like me personally.
And you said you had to pay him. So
I said I will. I told him I was. Like, I didn't want to, like, a free thing. I mean, of course he's, you know, doesn't need any money, but I'm saying I wanted to hire him like this was a real gig. I didn't want it to look like it was
a favor or something.
Yeah.
Now, I Said Me is another reflective record. You refer to yourself as a drug dealer, a killer, and a real nigga. But it seems like you're more than all of that at this point. So what are you, 2 Chainz?
2 Chainz, I'm a great father, great husband. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a musician. I'm a TV host. I'm a sports junkie. You know, I get the job done. I have a lot of adjectives to describe me. Tall, dark, handsome. I'm a Virgo. I enjoy long walks in the bank. Doing pretty good. I'm all those things. The things the album is very reflective. You know, I use past tense a lot of my music because I'm obviously not trapping right now. Mm-hmm. But these are some of the things my kids really listen to my music now. Like I just got the phone with my son in the car, and he told me, "Hey, Young Juice," because that was on Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, and so they thought it was funny that me and him going back on the phone to my, "Hey," he like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey," and that was like, but that's my old album, and he 3, and so it's like when I got my wife the new car, I ain't get no TVs this time on purpose because my kids would watch TV the whole day to school. The whole day. I'm like, man, they need to look out the window something. Mm-hmm. So now they don't want to look out the window still. They just want to hear music, and so they gonna listen to my album, so I don't say like dick and pussy and stuff like that too much. Like I try to find creative ways to talk about even sex and things like that. I obviously still do, but when you got a 10-year-old asking me, or when she was 9, did you just say 2 girls in the pool kissing? You're like, did I say 2 girls in the pool kissing? I ain't see what you doing. You're like I can't. You know, and I can't make them stop listening. They got iPhones and stuff. So I'm like, when my daughter asked me what a drug dealer was, I told her me. Like, you know what I mean? Because obviously I don't live the same way I lived before they got here.
Did she even know what that was?
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah, they know what the trap is and everything. But see, I made trap kind of a positive connotation, like with the trap house. And it was like places that we went that had art in it, had different things going on. So they don't know it as being a negative connotation.
Mm-hmm. But it's, you know, kids are exposed to so much anyway.
Yeah, you can't play with kids like that. You playing yourself. I had sex and I had a threesome in the 7th grade. That's no cap.
God damn.
Yeah, so don't play with kids like that.
How old were the girls?
They was 12 and 13 too. Well, when I was in 7th grade, I could probably say their name, but they might try to sue me.
No,
don't do that.
Please don't do that.
Might be big and ugly by now.
On Facebook.
Be like, she was fine in the 7th grade. Like, boy, this was who you was bragging about? I don't even want that smoke. You know who you are.
They might come out and do a video now just because.
Yeah, we the ones.
But you didn't even know what you was doing anyway in 7th grade.
I did. So that was the threesome was the second time I had sex. The first time I was a little like, it was a 9th grader. And I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So then I thought I was, I told everybody, don't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I hit, don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
I did, so don't you tell nobody.
We the wrong people to tell them.
I told everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in elementary, she in high school, you know what I'm saying? Cut my water off ASAP. No more of that. So then now I'm searching for it. I had a little pee. I'm a dog, a full-fledged dog now. And these two little girls, they was fast. They was watching flicks, and they called me. I was shooting ball. They called me in the house, and then the rest is history. But like basically what I'm saying, I was back then, and people were promiscuous and doing sneaky stuff. So you can't play yourself with kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mama, I Hit a Lick with Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
How do you choose features? Like, do they choose you? Do you do a record and say I'm gonna get Kendrick on this, or do you do record already with Kendrick in mind?
No. So For Real came to my crib. And was just to say he had some music for me, some beats for me. I was actually getting a tattoo. I was getting a Trap House tatted on my leg, and then For Real came and played this beat. I had already gave Kendrick something to do, and so when he played this beat, and I had did my verse, and I was like, man, I think Kendrick might just really destroy this song. And then we actually just, me and him just kind of FaceTime until we got it done. The song was done a while ago, but we couldn't get the hook that was just crazy enough. I had probably 8 different hooks on this song. I had a Sway version, a Travis version, a For Real version. I had a version, and then we just decided to do it together. I had a Ye version, a hook and everything. So it came together like I wanted it to.
Word.
So when it's time to pick a single, are you planning to do that? Are you going to let the people pick it?
I think I'm going to let the people pick it. In this day and age, you're going to have so much data in a short period of time that'll kind of tell you what people are leaning towards. Obviously, we know that Ariana Grande is something that'll probably get a little lean towards because she's because of where she is star status wise, and also because the song kind of feels good. You also know that a Travis Scott and a Kendrick Lamar, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if Jay was on the album, it'd be a super duper problem. I knew that when I thought he was going to do the verse. Like, man, this could be really crazy. And he could come back and maybe do a verse, or we just do something else. But I knew that even the little features I had in certain places, they were going to really react once people put their ear to them.
Now, you break down a jump shot on the record. Like, you talk about how to actually follow through and all of that. So what lessons did you learn from college ball that you still implement in your...
Well, this is what I learned. This was when I learned just playing AAU ball. Like, Coach Outlaw was, rest in peace, Coach Outlaw. Anybody from the South Side seeing this, you already know. He was a coach at Birthday Gym, which is off Old National, which is the gym for College Park, Team Georgia basketball. And he had this method called the beef method when you shoot a basketball. It's called balance. Balance, having your shoulders squared, and it was like eye contact, look at the rim, obviously, and then you need an elbow room and then follow through, and it's called the beef method. And some things you never forget, and I talk about how I learned more from my coaches than I did from my own relatives, which is crazy, but it's not crazy because you spend more time with your coach, you spend more time, you go to school from 8 to 3 or whatever. Then you practice from 4 to 6. Then you go home from 7 to whatever time you go to bed, right? So that's like limited time with your parents. And I've learned through this album what my disconnection was with that, how much I spent time with other people than my own kin. So.
But it made you a better person at the end of the day, though.
Yeah, a lot of different stuff made me who I am. Like, I'm a gumbo, I think. Different things could, like, different, even pain, excitement, joy, like all these things contributed to who I am. It made me, because I'm a natural person that likes to, like, just be silly, have fun, tell jokes. We can sit up and laugh all the time, but, like, when your daddy die in front of you, when your homeboy get killed in front of you, like, all this stuff start happening. It's like stuff don't be fun when your homeboy's son pay. Like, stuff that used to be funny kind of ain't as funny anymore. It's like we got to tighten up out here.
Mm-hmm. You so well versed though, man. I mean, from the basketball, psychology degree, the hustling.
Yeah, I'm a one of one. I think God He took his time with me. You know, I don't think I'm like nobody else. I think I'm, and I embrace that. I know I'm different. I know it's rare that you have a educated street person. It's just rare. You know what I'm saying? It's rare. I didn't make a C. I made a C once I got to college. Like I missed a class. Like all through high school, when I got locked up in 10th grade for cocaine, I got locked up 12th grade for weed. The only reason they let me back in school was because I had all A's and B's. Like the teachers wrote letters on my behalf. Don't throw this kid away. And I'm forever grateful. It made me who I am today. It's crazy. I actually saw one of the coaches that recruited me when I went to a Globetrotter game. You know, they got the other team, the Washington Generals, that they all play. So I go take pictures with the Globetrotters, take the kids. Little kid from the close said, bro, the coach from the other team said he came to your mama house and recruited you. You could, hoop. I said, oh. He's like, bro, he was a coach at Memphis or whatever. The dude walked up on me. I remember this face. It was crazy. Like, you remember me? I came, met your mom. So it was full circle for me. So, yeah, I think my thing is, as long as you live, if you live long enough, anything can happen to you.
Are you scared to go deeper into the psyche of Mr. Epps, though?
Yeah, I got some pain. It's some pain in there. I deal with it. I deal with it pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's some things that just so close and dear to me. It's just hard to get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not average. It's not normal. It's really savage. Some of the things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going around killing and robbing people, but some of the things I did in my community, like I probably should have been ashamed of myself, but at the same time, I felt like I ain't have no other option. You know what I'm saying? That's what I had to do.
And then the growth now, to see some of the great positive things that you've been doing in the community is important too, because when you know better, you do better.
Yeah, some of the things I knew better, I should have been doing, but that's the painful part. Some of the, when you knew better and you still was like lending money, which is the root of evil, control those decisions. That's where the pain be at. You can always blame that on kids and all of that stuff there, but some of the things I did, I definitely
made bad decisions. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's deep. It's deep. You gotta it's just a balance. It's just deep. Coming from where I come from and just being in a neighborhood, like when you live in a trap, it's different. Like a lot when you talk about trap, it's like sound like music, or you be like, that's where you go buy drugs. Like I lived in a place where people came and bought drugs. Like the apartment complex, like was the trap. Like people from outside came in and all that. And I did this the majority of my life. The places where I lived was where traffic came in to do this stuff right here. And so it's like, you don't know if your friend gonna do it. It's just so many variables when that happens. When everybody in the neighborhood does the same thing. When everybody got a pack. When everybody, it's just a different mentality. It's a different way you move. You don't want them to hurt somebody you love, so you think it's smarter if you hurt the person you love. It's just a bunch of. It's probably why I took psychology, to try to figure out some bad decision I made, because it's like, you don't know the right answer. It's not really like you did the right thing or bad thing. I'm still stuck on a lot of that stuff.
How do you navigate through the industry? Because the industry can be just as evil as the streets, if not
more.
more.
I don't fuck with, but I be by myself. I don't really fuck with the industry. I'm cool with everybody in the industry. I'm sure they all did the resume background check. I'm sure they all thought about saying something crazy. Then they like, bro, leave bro alone. You know what I'm saying? He just that smiling all cap. You know what I'm saying? He can get demonized if he want to. And that's not like for no respect or nothing like that. It's just like how I move. I respect people. I treat the valet just like I treat the CEO. That's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't shit on people. I don't care how much money I got. I've saw people. I've been in the game long enough to see people get rich, get broke, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And different attitudes change. I think it's dope if I get a fat Super Bowl check and remain the same.
Hell yeah.
I think that's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Buy a car too. I ain't bothering nobody. Buy some property. Opening up another business next week. Like, I ain't bothering nobody. I have a restaurant doing well. I'm opening up members only, a whole nother spot in Atlanta. I'm opening up Pamper Nail Studio. I got a nail shop I'm finna open up like mine for players. Big throne chairs. You coming in, get your foot chopped off or whatever you want to do.
Chopped off.
Yeah, you got that
pedicure
bad black toe. They need to.
For real. I got to shave.
You know he got. You can see black nail on that. You know that dude got a black nail under that thing. And they got commercials that do try to. So now, it's just about, man, I love being different. I love being myself. I'm the only child. I don't have no real role models, no brothers, no sisters. I ain't got nobody to tell me what to do. I got to go with my gut. You know, my conscience, I really believe in that voice that talks to you. I listen to that voice. I listen to it all the way home. I turn left right here. What you want me to do? I'm weird. I'm weird like that.
You sure it's not your GPS?
No, I don't listen to that.
Oh.
I really listen to myself. It's crazy. I don't know. I manifest a lot of things, man.
I feel like the law of attraction. I feel like you believe that for real.
Nah, man, I've done it too many times, man. I have a strong GPA. That stands for God's personal assistant. That's what I am. You know what I'm saying? When you so close to the homie like that, like I could tell you now, some stuff about to happen really good. Like, that's all I can tell you. I'm just telling you, like, I don't care. You're like, you can hold your nuts. Like, I just dropped the whole shoe of Versace. Like, 2 people DM me they shoe. Like, don't DM me the shoe. Put it up. Support. You know, I support y'all. Now, cool. You holding your nuts. Cool. Super Bowl come commercial come out. You DM me. Great job. Bro, tell somebody stop holding your nuts. Cool. The album come out. LeBron put it up. Hey, man, you smart as hell. Bro, tell somebody else. Stop holding your nuts. You know, okay, cool. You gonna keep holding your nuts. Boom. And, you know, you drop this jacket. You see my new jackets with the Atlanta logo?
Jackets. I like that.
That's just I'm gonna keep just coming with good ideas, and I'm gonna keep having myself like opening up to people, you know what I'm saying, and like just trying to like encourage people. Like, it's enough money out here for all of us, you know what I'm saying. It's enough money out here for all of us to have Cuban links and Rolls Royce trucks. It's enough money out here for all of us to have those things. I
feel like you don't think you're being celebrated enough, 2 Chainz.
No, I want my roses where I can smell them. No, I want them. I want to get picked up in the sky like I just hit the buzzer beater. I want that. I need that. I hit the game-winning shot. I want it. I do.
That's wild to me, because I mean, everybody, I don't know, maybe because I do it and I see other people do it that I'm not paying attention to who's not doing it.
Because you ain't holding your nuts. Yeah. And you ain't holding your nuts. You never held your nuts. You in it for a different reason. You're in it for a different reason. And like, when I say things like that, please don't let me sound petty, because I'm blessed. I'm blessed first. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I told Tech yesterday, bro, we got about 5,000 likes on that jacket. That mean everybody like it. I get it now. You know what I'm saying? That mean they love it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like some things that I get. And then like we go check, we sold, how many jackets we sold yesterday?
I ain't looking at the numbers yet.
Damn near 200. Trapping ass Tony.
How much they cost a pop?
160.
Okay.
They ain't
175.
shipping and handling.
Can't forget that.
Can't forget. See, that's the catch. You know, we don't tell you, but we sold 194 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trapping ass Tony. Somebody, that's more likes. We sold more likes. Nah, but I'm good.
You're doing fine, 2 Chainz. You just put out your best body of work.
I definitely
Life
did.
is good. You got a hit TV show. Your family great.
No doubt, man. Don't make me seem like I'm tripping over, because I'm not.
You asked a legit question on the album. You said, would you rather be underrated or unemployed? That's a simple
so you
answer
listen.
Come on,
you
man.
don't play though,
Come
bro.
on,
You
man.
listen.
Come on, man.
I don't know how you had time. We just got it last night.
He listen
When I was at
though.
home.
He listened to say some of the stuff he's saying. He but I ain't gonna lie though. He's all. And then I saw what you and Joe said about this being my album. And I was trying to get you to hear it early.
Yep.
Joe flew down to Atlanta and heard it early. But I appreciate you putting that in the air, you know what I'm saying? Still believing in me, still knowing I can get the job done. I ain't lame, so I ain't never gonna make nothing lame. Like, y'all can just quit that. Like, I ain't gonna come with no what the fuck is this, because I'm not a lame. Like, some of you niggas was lame in high school, got some money, tried to switch it up, but you still got, like, lame as a denominator. It's like stealing your DNA. I ain't never been lame. I've never been lame my whole life. I've never been a lame, never. So anytime I drop music, it may take you a minute to understand or digest it, but it's not gonna be lame. It's not gonna be lame at all.
I think on this album, the first time you hear it, you know how sometimes you're like, oh, an album might grow on me. I gotta hear it a few more times. But I think even after you hear it the first time, you're like, this is like gonna be a classic album. And I think people will have that feeling, because not a lot of people have good bodies of work. Like, you might hear a good single, you might hear a couple of good songs, and then you hear the album and you're like, I'm a little disappointed. But I think even just listening to it straight through the first time, you're like, all right, I already know I like it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that ain't because we went to the game.
No.
That's how you feel.
No, I really did. We were all in here listening to it, because I was out last night, so I didn't digest it as much. And I know sometimes I listen to an album, I got to hear it a few times.
Yeah,
and like the first time,
me
you
too.
might be like, and then you listen again and you're like, okay, this song, okay, I like this song. But I think this one, the first time you hear it, you could tell that it was a lot of thought put into crafting every song. Even like I said, just the whole sequencing of it and everything, the way it flows.
I definitely put a lot of time into it. I appreciate that.
Rapper Go to the League is out right now. 2 Chainz' 5th studio album. Good to see you again, my brother. It's the Breakfast Club.
Thank you.